What is going on, everybody? My name is SplitsandTV, and I'm here with Phil. I'm going to link his YouTube channel in the description. And we decided we were just going to sit down and talk about our thoughts about ESO and make it a little series, basically called Thoughts on ESO. This is going to be episode 1. And we just want to talk about a couple of things that we've really been thinking about and thought you guys would like to hear about. So, Phil, you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, obviously, welcome guys who follow me. I'm Phil Dragon King, is my channel, and basically I've been playing Elder Scrolls since the beta. I started very heavily on the pre-release, the 5-day early release, and I've been playing a hell of a lot of Elder Scrolls in the past, Skyrim-wise, Oblivion-wise, all the way till ESO's come out, and I've been playing it every day since. So I've had quite a good amount of experience with this game so far, but I'd really like to hear Splitsand's experiences so far with the game first.
You can call me Chad. You don't have to call me
Chad.
Splitsand. Yeah, Splitsand. We can be formal here. But yeah, we were talking a couple minutes ago when we were setting up the video about one of the things that has annoyed me the most, especially because I'm not really experienced with MMOs, as I'm trying to fight these retards here. But anyway, was the crowd. I'm gonna die.
Yeah, fucking tell me about it. So you need the some add-ons to tell you how shit your armor's all lasted.
I'm horrible, but you know, we were talking about the crafting and how much of a grind it is and how ridiculous I think it is to actually have to wait sometimes 7 or 15 days to research an item. And I thought that like an easy fix to that would be just to reduce the research time to like the most you could do it is 2 days, because I think it's kind of like cheeky on their part to make a research time 15 days when that's half of a subscription fee. So I don't know, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I'm just going to go on to my Templar to show some of these, but the crafting is very straightforward. I very much like the crafting because it's very simple. It doesn't take much to think about what you're doing. It's just very time taking, especially with the Craglorn expansion. You now get 8 trait armors, and I'm pretty sure it's just 6 trait before that, but now you get your 8 traits. And to be able to get one piece of gear with an 8 trait, it takes you the best part of like 33 days plus. No, actually, my bad. To get the 7 traits, it takes 12 days. To get the 8 trait, it takes 25 days. So it'll take you about 40 days to get one piece of gear at 8 traits, let alone the other ridiculous. Yeah, let alone the other pieces of gear to try and get the whole matching set to actually make it viable for the actual trait use. So but you are correct, it is beyond ridiculous.
And I really do like the way that the crafting is set up in this game. It's really Skyrim-esque, if you ask me, which is kind of like my bread and butter. But I think that they tried to make it too balanced as far as the research time goes, because like we were saying yesterday, they didn't want people like day one to have every single trait, obviously. So if you just find a trait that you haven't had, you deconstruct it, you get it. Obviously we don't want that, because people will be running around at like level 10 with beast armor, and that's just you don't want that. But I really feel like they kind of overdid it, and I think that they're going to take it down over time. Because they're just gonna have to, because it kind of discourages players like me, new players to an MMO, who mainly came over because I really just loved Skyrim, and I played a bit of Oblivion, but I'm kind of a noob when it comes to RPGs. In what's it called? Who makes this game?
Oh god, ZeniMax.
Elder Scrolls. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm new to the Elder Scrolls series, and I pretty much started on Skyrim, and I played the hell out of that. I probably had like 200 hours in that game. So the reason I bought this game and how many other people bought this game is because they loved that game. And I feel like they tried to make it as similar as they could, because from past MMOs that I've even tried to play, and I've never been a huge MMO guy, this is completely different in a lot of ways. And I really like that. But I feel like, I don't know, maybe it's just me being too nitpicky about not wanting to grind. But I feel like that one area, if I could really complain about, is just the research time it takes, because I don't know, it gets really annoying, the fact that it's going to take 15 days to do one research item. Here, actually, I have a sword right now that I've been holding off or am I researching it? Yeah, no, I've been holding it off because it takes 7 days, and I'm going to do it right. Oh, I have 2 swords I can do. Yeah, that's just.
I was gonna say, I think they've done like in terms of like the variation of armor, they've done a fantastic job with getting everyone's racial armor to look very different. With the light, medium, I'm very happy they brought back the medium, because if you forgot, there was only light and heavy in Skyrim, and in Oblivion there's light, medium, and heavy. So it's a good thing they brought back the extra class of armor. So hopefully, like the TES 6 game will have the medium style as well, because that just brings out a whole different play. But I do think, hey, go on.
Oh no, I was gonna say, but in Skyrim you could wear robes. There was 2 categories. It was heavy and light.
Yeah.
But light, you could wear actual light armor, which is like the medium armor in this, or you could wear the robes.
Aye, but but it was still just classed as light. No, the robes didn't have anything on them. It weren't classed as anything. It was just classed as cloth. It was just light and heavy, and then cloth just had no actual armor protection. It just had like magic enchantments on it to give it like a resistance against this or that. So it never had its own sort of class. It just had light, which was all your stealthy stuff, and then heavy, which was obviously your heavy. So that's why it only had 2 classes, and like a non-named class, which was like cloth. But I do think things are a bit of hassle, because if you're trying to get your light armor and medium armor all good in this, it takes a lot of effort. Like heavy armor, it's only got the heavy armor things on the anvil. It's just got that. But in the medium and light, it's got all your armor, which then you've got to get all that shit traded up. And because you've only got three out of 3 things you can research, it becomes a lot of hassle. But again, they've got a huge variation of armor. I very much like it's, every like 10 levels, and then you've got to use a different mat to make something else, and 10 levels, so it does help it break up the zone. There's whole different like styles. It sort of changes bit by bit by bit, and I do like the steady progression, going from something all scraggy and crappy and like damaged from your, like when you're using iron ingots, to when you got your ebony and your top end ones, which is shadow ingots or something. I can't remember the name of them for shit.
I'm not even there yet.
Oh yeah. I'm saving up my, hireling send you mail, right? I've saved, so far I've got like 60, just fucking all saved up. I'm waiting till I've got 100 of them, and then I'm just gonna make a video, like seeing how much mats I get from all the mails. So I've got fucking hirelings left, right, and centre, just chucking in rare mats. But in the terms of like, compared to the other Elder Scrolls games, but how much variation and how cool the armor looks, there wasn't many different styles in Skyrim to use. The only good way was from a lot of mods. A lot of mods brought into a lot of good armors, but in general there's only like fucking 8 different armors, and that was kind of it. But at least this, even though it's one style of armor, it keeps getting slightly better, it's looking slightly different, and even when you improve it does change color. So I think they've done it. Is pretty damn cool, but it's just a hassle and a half weight wise to get all the traits that you want to hit a certain level. So you can have a matching set of like fucking the whole piece with all 6 traits, 7 traits, 8 traits. It's fucking like you gotta wait like half a year for it to all be done. Literally, it would be half a year, because you think you got what, 7 pieces of armor you're wearing? Let me see. Helmet 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. That's 7. And if you got a sword, I'm saying heavy armor, right? Swords in the heavy armor category. That's 8. All of them take like 40 days each to get an 8 trait. So you can only do 3 at a time. You know what I mean? It would take you at least 4 or 5 months to. I'll make sure you've done it perfectly, to get all 8 traits, and that's like, what the fuck, that's beyond. It may even be longer than 4 months solid waiting. So they do need to update that with a patch to be able to do 4 traits or decrease the time by 30% or something. I was
upset when I purchased the second or the third upgrade, because the first upgrade lets you go from 1 to 2 research items, and then I purchased the second one and it goes 2 to 2. It makes it go from, I think, like 5% to 10% faster. So I was upset that they didn't let you get a third slot. I think that 4 slots per would be reasonable.
Yeah.
I mean,
4 slots.
Because you're spending a perk, you're spending a whole skill point on that. You may as well make it as balanced as you can, because as much as you're putting into crafting, you're taking away from your actual character build and making him weaker, which is I mean, it's something that you have to accept if you're going to go into it.
Yeah.
But I mean, at least make it a little bit easier.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
Because
that's my opinion.
Because I'm hovering over mine because obviously it says once you've done your 3 out of 3, you can research 3 items at 20% this like faster. But even with that, yeah, it's still taking 25 days. So what the fuck? So
it's ridiculous.
it needs to be faster. Just because now obviously you can't be. Yeah, I don't know. You don't even want to make something legendary yet because you're sort of waiting for things to be maxed out. Because I've got a lot of legendary maps, but I've not used a single one because I don't want to waste them because they're fucking not easy to get. Like one bit, and they shouldn't be easy to. I'm happy they're hard to get because that's sort of an economy thing. So at least something's worth something. Because like the gold in this game is like impossible to grind for. Like the only good way of getting gold is by quests and selling your items to vendors or other people. But to farm mobs for gold is fucking beyond impossible. Yeah. You get like one or 2 gold, no matter what. Even on vet 10 levels and shit like that, you get like 1 gold per mob drop, and it's like cool. Wow, that's.
It's funny because as you say that, I'm sitting here just destroying mobs.
And that's what you're getting. 100% guarantee it. It's quite.
I just got 1 gold right there. I don't want to brag, but 1 whole gold. So no, but. I feel like we started this off in a really negative light as far as the game goes.
Yeah, it's been a solid dish.
The first conversation we had was like, look, this sucks. Like let's be real here. Like, but in reality, I of course you always point out the bad things first because that's what I'm a little bit salty about, a little bit upset about is that. But as far as the overall experience that I've had with this game so far, I think it's really amazing, and especially to someone new to an MMO who didn't want something crazy like World of Warcraft or even Star Wars. I feel like they did a really good job at something that I find that makes the Elder Scrolls games awesome is immersion, and I like how clean. If you want the interface to be really MMO, you can download a bunch of add-ons, and they let you do that. But if you want, cool, I got a treasure map. Huh. But if you want to be super immersed, you can.
I don't even use them anymore. Mode. I just sell them.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. Fair enough. I always that's one thing I like actually is finding the treasure maps on the actual.
I've got an add-on that shows you exactly where the treasure maps are on the map.
See, that takes the fun.
Yeah.
That takes the fun out.
It's hassle because you got to Google it anyway.
No, I have 4 or 5 treasure maps all by myself wandering around.
Really? Fucking, I think I found one. I was like, because I had a collector's edition, so I was able to go for the collector's map each zone. And that was fucking hard work.
Bro, how do you think I have like 2.5 days played and I'm only level 27?
That's not too. Yeah, I think
because I do stupid things like. Well, that's what I like about the game because it lets you do that the way they have it set up. They have it for every type of player, which I don't think most MMOs are. You come here, so you talk to somebody, they want you to go kill 20 sheep, and you get like 50 gold or something like that. Whereas this, I feel like just at a basic level, they succeed in making you feel like you're a part of the Elder Scrolls universe, and that's something that I just really enjoy, and that's what I think made Skyrim so good and Oblivion so good is they really capture the immersion, which is what a lot of players when you hop on an RPG, you don't want to feel like you're playing an RPG. You want to feel like you are in the game.
Yeah, you are the hero. You are the protagonist.
Exactly. And everybody plays it different. Some people like me, my character, if I'm playing an RPG, it has to be somewhere near my name. I like it to be my name because I like to role play and pretend that I'm that character. And some people can do it with different names. You make up a name that makes no sense or that's lore friendly or it goes in with the time. And it allows everybody to play it as they want. And I feel like just at a core level, this game really succeeds at that, as well as looking just beautiful. This is the best. Find a better looking MMO than this. I challenge you. If you can find it, I'd be really excited. But this is just the most gorgeous looking game I've played in this style. And a lot of people can, oh yeah, well Skyrim with mods, it looks gorgeous. Well, that's because Skyrim with mods.
It's single player is a complete different aspect to an MMO. There's so many more things to take into account for balance and stability and the overall kind of people's PCs they're going to be using. Everything, because I think this can like a low-end laptop can actually run this game sort of thing. You don't need to have a super, even though it is a fantastic looking game. But what I've been a bit annoyed at was obviously ZeniMax made a huge effort to add on the first-person sort of role to it, because obviously there's a huge player demand for because it's Elder Scrolls, but it's completely not. You can't use it because you will die.
It's nauseating.
No, not